Hey everyone, I wanted to pull us all together today to do a really simple everyday makeup look, focusing on the eyes so that y'all can learn some quick tips and tricks on how to get the best out of your application. But the number one tip to start with is that you make sure you use an eye primer. The primer goes on all over from your lash to your lids, and you want to let it set for just a minute or two before you get started, because that is actually going to help those eyeshadows pop, and also to make sure they stay in place all day. Nobody wants those creases going on in the middle of the day when you go, have to use the restroom, and you go in and look and you're like, nope, don't like it. The colors I'm going to use today are actually a purple palette, not complete purple, but a mixture of naturals and purple. Don't be afraid of purple, people, because all colors can wear purple. They are so pretty on every single eye color. So colors I'm going to use are by Younique, as was the eye primer that I was using. This is the color Optimistic, and then I have Nimble, and then I have the purple that I'm bringing in. It's called Ambiguous, and then I'm going to use a darker brown to pull it all in together and just kind of really make it pop, and that is the color Marvelous. I will drop all of the colors and the products that I use down in those comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that everyone else can understand and see it as well. Okay, let's get started. I'm actually going to use a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to use the color Nimble in my crease. And I'm using it as what you may have heard called a transition color. And because I have hooded eyes, I'm going to take this color and I'm going to pull back on my brush and load my brush and just tap it off. I want to start with a lighter touch color just to really keep it soft and simple. And when I apply this, I keep my eye open so that I can see the color. You want to make sure you can see that color after all, you are taking the time to put some color on. You want to make sure that you can see it. So you're going to use a windshield wiper motion back and forth, taking it only out to that corner. So like if you have an imaginary line between your nose and your end of your brow, you don't want to go any farther than that. You don't want to bring it all the way down, because think about it, it pulls your eyes down and just kind of makes it look less awake. Let's keep that hair out of there. All right, again, we're keeping our eye open. We're pulled back on our brush, and we are just kind of windshield wiper motion, putting it into the transition and just gradually bringing it up towards our brow line. I also like to just kind of pull it down into the corner to really emphasize that is the end of the line that we're using. Same thing on the other side. Let's go in with that Nimble in that crease line. Get it going. I am going to use all four colors, but I don't use a ton of them. I'm going to use the really light one. It's just a highlighter just to open my eyes. The primary colors to be used are this transition color of Nimble and the purple to really help accentuate your eyes. And then the Marvelous is actually just helping to like really set it and give it that pop of color. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use this color, the purple color, which is my Ambiguous. And I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm going to concentrate this directly, like start in the middle of your eye, right where your pupil is, keeping it right where your lid happens to be, and bringing it out to that outside corner. So just, you can even draw a line if you want, and then just kind of draw the natural eye shape. And then you can start to see that color. Now, depending on how much of a dramatic look you would like, even though it's a natural, you can build on the colors. That's what I really love about these products. You can build on those colors just to give it a little more emphasis. And it just end that down at that outer corner. Doing the same on the other side. Start at your pupil and move it on out. A little tip I like to use, if I want to emphasize that color a little bit more, pull up on your brush. Be a little bit closer to the tip of that brush, and it keeps that product more concentrated, and it gives you a little bit more control over your brush so that you're putting that color exactly where you want it to be. And because it's a shimmer, I don't want to just brush. I actually want to try to pack that down in there. And it helps that color just really, really pop out there. Okay, so now what I want to do is emphasize a little bit of the outside corner, and that really helps bring the eye up. And I'm going to use an angled brush to do that. You can see there's an angle on this brush. If I hold it right, you can see it. And that really helps you with that angle on the outside corner. I'm going to use that color, that dark color, Marvelous, in the outside corner. And this is just another way to help keep that more in the natural tones. And I'm just staying in that outside corner. I am bringing it up just a little bit, straight out from the eye right there, and then down into the corner. So you can actually see it be a V. Now don't be afraid, I'm not gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna come back with that brush that I used at the beginning with my Nimble color on there, and I'm gonna use that transition color to blend everything all together. But I wanna do that after I get everything all in place, and then that way, I've got everything blended all at once. You could even pick up a little more Nimble if you wanted to, if you're thinking it's too dark for your everyday look. And then go over top of the darker color just to bring it all together a little bit nicer. Because this is angled, it makes it super easy to bring it down into that corner. Look how much that just really opens up the eye right there. All right, so I want to give my eye a little bit more emphasis and really open it up. So I'm going to use the color Optimistic to do that. And I'm going to use a flat cream shadow brush. And even though this is a powder, I'm going to use it as a cream brush. And I'm going to pack it into starting in the mid-eye and go in. And again, because it's a metallic, I want to pack it, not brush it. See how much that opens the eye? You can totally see the difference between one side and the other. Just really opens that eye. If you are a tired mama, you need some of that pop of color to brighten it up on that inside corner. It'll make you look awake even if you are not. Let's go ahead and finish that off here. And I'm also going to use this color as well right here in my upper brow, just to give it a little bit of a highlight. Again, this is an everyday look, so you don't want it to be super highlighted. You want it just to be a hint of a little bit brightness up there. And again, that's going to help you to look more awake. So like I said, I'm going to use that brush that I used originally in the transition color, and I'm just going to lightly go over in circular motion to help pull those all together and soften the look between the two colors or three colors, depending on where you're concentrating that brush. And it just really softens the look and keeps it more natural looking for you. And you can also use it to make sure that you're pulling down to that corner so you don't have too much that is below that natural line that you have going on there. It's just softening the colors there. Isn't that gorgeous? I like it. Like I said, do not be afraid of those purples, you guys. The purples are there for every eye color. Now this is not the finished product. We want to give ourselves a little bit of an under eye emphasis. So we're going to use a pencil liner. And this is a wonderful color called Precarious. And you're just going to, I like to do the lower lashes, but a lot of people do the upper lashes as well. Just smooth it out there. And just bring it up a little bit up towards your brow line. It's going to give yourself another emphasis of a little bit of an eye lift. So it's an eye lift without having to go to a plastic surgeon. Way cheaper, right? Whoops, don't poke yourself in the eyeball. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do to finish up the eyes is just give it a really quick coat of mascara, and your eyes will be on your way. Now, because this is more of a natural look, you can punch it up a little bit if you want with a deeper color on your lips. I like to keep, if it's a natural everyday look, I'm going to keep that, that lip look a little bit simple too. This is Younique's 4D mascara. It's a fiber mascara with the fibers already built in. And it gives me, and I'm going to tell you how to fix that in just a second, because, you know, not everybody is a trained makeup artist, right? Some of us are just, you know, at home putting our makeup on every day, and we have oops like that. So what do? I know what I used to do is as soon as I did that, I would panic and I would go in there and I would be trying to fix that immediately. Well, what happens when you do that is you're just going to smear the mascara because it's wet. You're just going to go ahead and let that dry up. And then you're just gonna grab a little bit of a brush, a firm brush, and you're gonna flake that mascara away. So tip number, whatever it was, probably number 5 by now. Oh my goodness. You're really gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to fix that. But anyway, check out those colors, minus the oops. We're gonna let that dry. We're gonna throw a little bit of our Younique powder lipstick on. Using my words today, guys, using my words. All right, so this is actually powder in a bottle. And when you put it on, it becomes creamy. It's amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get this on here. This one actually has a little bit of a shimmer to it too. So it's staying with that natural, beautiful makeup look to give yourself a nice, polished, natural finish. Okay, so I promised you that I would fix the oops. Everyone does it. We all do it. So I just let it dry. I didn't let it dry enough, and I'm gonna have to do this again. But it's just flaking away. What you can also do is just take your makeup brush, the one that you did the color with in the corner, and just touch it up just a smidge. All right, let's get this other side. It may not be quite as dry. Just let it dry a little bit. And see how it's just, I'm swirling my little brush here, taking that off. Just like it never happened at all. All right, that is our natural purple look with an oops to go with it. We're all human, guys. We're all human. So anyway, just a natural everyday purple look. Remember, purple is for every eye color. I will drop all of the products that I used in the comments down here. Give me some thumbs up or some laughy faces if you're there with me, because we all have our oops. Have a great day, you guys. Talk to you soon.